If you want to understand how bagels and lox became a New York staple, especially among the Jewish community, you have to start here. For more than a century, Russ Daughters has nourished generations of New Yorkers and stood as a beloved icon of the city's Jewish community. But more than that, it has quietly documented how Jewish immigrants lived, ate, and adapted in the city. To answer exactly how all this went down, we spoke with the people who have lived this history and those who've studied it.
I'm Hasia Diner. I'm Professor Emerita, New York University, where I served as the Paul and Sylvia Steinberg Professor of American Jewish History. By the late 19th and early 20th century, many Jewish immigrants arrived in New York City. The Lower East Side became one of the most densely populated places in America. It also became a place of opportunity and kosher-style eateries and food shops, places like Russ Daughters.
I'm Nikki Russ Fetterman. I'm the fourth generation co-owner of Russ Daughters.
And I'm Josh Russ Tupper, the other co-owner of Russ Daughters.
And we're cousins. Joel Russ, our great-grandfather, was a Galicianer. So he was from the region of Galicia in Eastern Europe, from a small shtetl, village called Stryjew in what today is Poland, close to the Ukraine border. He came from a very poor family, so poor in fact that he was apprenticed to a baker at the age of 9, meaning the family really couldn't afford to care for him, and so he was sort of apprenticed as a way that he could be given food, and he came via Hamburg at the age of 20 to New York.
His older sister sponsored him to come here, and she was a herringmonger. Actually, her husband was the herringmonger, but he decided that he wanted to study the Torah and stopped working. So Hannah took over, and she needed help, so she looked to her brother Joel. So when he came over, he was probably given a barrel of herring on the street somewhere and started selling herring out of a barrel, and then moved from there to a push cart and sold herring and the mushrooms that we still sell and have in our window, and then eventually opened a brick and mortar store in 1914, which is when we date ourselves.
Here on East Houston Street, we had both a dairy, so where you'd go for the cream cheese, and a bakery where you'd go for bagels and bialys and rye bread. But over time, we kind of absorbed those aspects of our cuisine, and today, Russ Daughters is considered the torchbearer of bagels and lox in America.
Hi, I'm Tamar Zefrin, Head of Collections and Acquisitions at the American Jewish Historical Society, and I'm so excited today to have the opportunity to showcase a few items from the amazing Russ and Daughters archives, stewarded right here at AJHS. First item is the earliest business-related document in the collection. It is a 1939 loan agreement signed by Anne, Hattie, and Ida, the daughters in Russ and Daughters. This next item, leaping a bit ahead chronologically, but we pulled it because it showcases this incredible The Queens of Lake Sturgeon on the Russ and Daughters letterhead, is a January 1977 letter written from the Russ and Daughters store at 179 East Houston Street to a customer in West Virginia addressing a complaint that her package of herring had not yet arrived and assuring her that they would make it right soon.
I think bagels and lox is the quintessential Jewish food because so many Jewish Americans can trace their own family roots back to New York, back to the streets of the Lower East Side. This is where bagels and lox was born. And so this food is a reminder of who we are and where we come from. And it's also delicious.
From the beginnings of their lives in the country, they were eating this food, and now it's really ingrained in tradition and nostalgia from our families and many of our families' histories. The main reason that keeps us going is the impact it has on the people that we are selling food to. My bagel and lox order is an everything bagel with butter and pastrami cured salmon.
My bagel order is a sesame bagel, scallion cream cheese, Gaspé Nova, wild salmon roe, and maybe a slice of tomato.
And who's the right one? If you were going to battle it out.
Oh, I am, of course.
No, I am, of course. Well, actually, there's a sign up here in our shop that says "De gustibus nanis disputandum." That is not Yiddish. It's Latin. And it means of taste there is no dispute. So really,
Everyone's right.
everyone's bagel order is right. Unless you want to put smoked salmon on a cinnamon raisin bagel, and then we'll tell you that's not right.
And we'll still serve it to you.
Yeah, just don't run for mayor or governor with that kind of order.
Bagels and lox did not become New York food by accident. They became New York food, and more specifically, a Jewish beloved food because of places like Russ and Daughters, and because of the families and communities that built their lives around them. Through Russ and Daughters, you can trace the history of Jewish bagel and lox culture in New York, from immigration survival to lasting tradition.